Hi, welcome back to the channel. Today we have a story about the U.S. finding out or alleging that Russia has been paying some right-wing influencers, they're saying here on CBS News. So we have this article. We were going to talk about it, read it, and then talk about, everything that's going on and what they're saying. So I'll go ahead and just read this. CBS News says, U.S. says Russia-funded media company that paid right-wing influencers millions for videos. So it says in Washington, 2 Russian nationalists working for a news network controlled by Vladimir Putin's government funneled millions of dollars to an American media company that paid right-wing influencers for videos pushing narratives favorable to the Kremlin, U.S. prosecutors alleged on Wednesday. 2 days ago.
Yep.
An indictment unsealed in the Southern District of New York charged Konstantin Kalashnikov and Elena Afanasieva.
Good.
I probably butchered those. Sorry. Both based in Moscow with conspiracy to launder money and conspiracy to violate the Foreign Agents Registration Act. The indictment came as the Justice Department unveiled sprawling allegations accusing the Russian government of meddling in the 2024 U.S. elections. So, here we are again.
Here we go again.
Russia.
Yep.
Anyway, the 2 defendants worked for RT, a media outlet formerly known as Russia Today, that is funded and controlled by the Russian government, the indictment said. Federal prosecutors said RT oversaw a series of covert projects that included funneling $10 million through a series of shell entities to a Tennessee-based company launched in 2023 that publishes videos on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and X, formerly known as Twitter. Many of the videos published by U.S. Company One contained commentary on events and issues in the United States, such as immigration, inflation, and other topics related to domestic and foreign policy, the indictment said. While the views expressed in the videos were not uniform, the subject matter and content of the videos are often consistent with the government of Russia's interest in amplifying U.S. domestic divisions in order to weaken U.S. opposition to core government of Russian interests, such as its ongoing war in Ukraine. Wow.
Yeah.
So basically, just trying to stir up stuff, keep the American people divided and fighting over issues, sounds like, basically, is what their goal was, it looks like. Though the company is not named in the indictment, prosecutors said that it describes itself as a network of heterodox commentators that focus on Western political and cultural issues and features 6 commentators as its talent. Tenet Media uses the same phrase in its description on its website. And other details in the indictment align with the firm. Its website lists 6 right-wing personalities, including Dave Rubin, who has more than 2.4 million YouTube subscribers, Tim Pool, a podcast host with more than 1.3 million YouTube followers, and Benny Johnson, whose YouTube channel has nearly 2.4 million subscribers. Wow. I was just noticing that it looks like Benny Johnson has more than Tim Pool.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Okay. On Thursday evening, a YouTube spokesperson told CBS News in a statement that after careful review, it was terminating the Tenet Media channel and 4 channels operated by its owner, Lauren Chen, as part of our ongoing efforts to combat coordinated influence operations. The investigation into the matter was ongoing, according to YouTube. Records with the Tennessee Secretary of State's office show that Tenet Media Incorporated on January 19th, 2022, the same date of incorporation mentioned in the indictment, and is headquartered in Nashville. It was founded by Liam Donovan and his wife, Lauren Chen. The founders are referred to as Founder 1 and Founder 2 in the indictment, and prosecutors said they jointly run the company. In response to the indictment of 2 Russians, Poole wrote on social media, should these allegations prove true, I, as well as the other personalities and commentators, were deceived and are victims. I cannot speak for anyone else at the company as to what they do or to what they are instructed. He said his podcast was licensed by Tenet Media and existed before the license agreement. Poole also said he had full editorial control of the show and its contents. which he said are often apolitical. Johnson said in a separate statement shared on social media that his company was pitched by a media startup a year ago to provide content as an independent contractor. He said his lawyers negotiated a standard arm's length deal that was later terminated. We are disturbed by the allegations in today's indictment, which make clear that myself and other influencers were victims in this alleged scheme. My lawyers will handle anyone who states or suggests otherwise, Johnson wrote. Maria Zakharova, a spokesperson for the Russian Foreign Ministry, said Thursday that the Kremlin will take action against U.S. media in the wake of the indictment, according to Reuters. She called the indictment a witch hunt and said it was designed to scare Americans. There will be a response to the actions of the United States authorities which directly contradict their obligations in the areas of providing free access to information and media pluralism, Reuters quoted her saying. So here we go. I think we're getting kind of close to the end. So here's the allegations. The indictment alleges that the tenant never disclosed to its audience that it was funded and directed by RT, and neither the company nor its founders registered with the Justice Department as an agent in foreign principal. CBS News has not received a response to a request for comment from tenant. It claims that the two RT employees and tenant's two founders deceived two U.S. internet commentators, one with more than 2.4 million YouTube subscribers and the other more than 1.3 million subscribers, and hired them to produce videos for the company, masking the source of funding from RT. Poole appears to be one of the commentators, though it's unclear whether the second is Johnson or Rubin. The founders claimed that Tenet was sponsored by a private investor named Edward Gregorian, a fake person, and created a fictitious profile of him.
Oh, wow. So did they did that, or then
Says the founders.
Wow. Wow. Yep.
The plot thickens.
Mm-hmm.
Prosecutors said, can you scroll? Yeah. Okay. Prosecutors said one of the Tenet founders began soliciting two commentators for work on behalf of Gregorian around February 2023. One of the personalities, described as Commentator 1, said he would need $5 million annually for him to be interested in creating videos for the fake persona Gregorian. What? Oh. The other, identified as Commentator 2, needed $100,000 per weekly episode to make it worth his while, according to the indictment.
Wow.
This is getting interesting. So it's, I don't know if I'm reading this right. So is it saying that they knew that he was fake?
No, I think they never met, the two commentators never met the fake person. Chen and her husband
would be interested in creating videos for the fake persona Gregorian.
This is just how the person is writing the story, because they've described the
That's not clear.
They've described the money person as a fake person.
Yeah.
So they're trying to implicate Tim, and I'm sure it's Tim or Benny or one of them as knowing that this person was fake. I guarantee you they did not know that the person was fake. They just said we've got a
well, you can't guarantee that.
Well,
it's highly unlikely, but
it's highly unlikely. But I think the author of this story is the person who's writing this story is trying to associate the commentators with the fake person, that they knew that the person was fake.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's what they're trying to do. You got to be careful with the way
you just never know.
Yeah.
The two commentators eventually entered into contracts, prosecutors said. The contract for Commentator 1 required 4 weekly videos that he would host and would be live streamed by Tenet Media in exchange for $400,000 per month and a $100,000 signing bonus. Commentator 2 agreed to provide weekly videos for $100,000 apiece, and the indictment states. Once the company launched in the fall of 2023, Kalashnikov and Afanasyev were involved in the company's day-to-day operations. I'm just going to say K and A. Mm-hmm. K was introduced to employees as an outside editor and according to the indictment, monitored U.S. Company One's internal communications and edited content published by U.S. Company One without disclosing that he was an RT employee. Wow. Mm-hmm. In one instance, the Justice Department alleges A asked one of the tenant's founders to blame Ukraine and the U.S. for a March terrorist attack at a music venue in Moscow, claiming that terrorists were detained while heading for the border with Ukraine, which she said makes it even more suspicious why they would want to go to Ukraine to hide. Wow. The Islamic State claimed responsibility for the attack, and the U.S. official told CBS News at the time that the U.S. had intelligence confirming that the Islamic State's claims of responsibility. A grew frustrated that the paid commentators were not sharing enough tenants' videos or promoting the company, the indictment said. She created fake personas who joined the company's Discord server and pushed creators to share at least one of the company's videos per day, according to prosecutors. Prosecutors said tenants' founders admitted to each other in their private communications as their investors were, in truth and in fact, the Russians. At one point, Founder One searched for time in Moscow on Google while awaiting a response to a message. It's just amazing that they can find all of that.
Oh, yeah.
Right, yeah. The Justice Department said that between October 2023 and August 2024, RT sent wire transfers from shell companies overseas to tenant totaling more than $9.7 million, which represented almost 90% of its bank deposits. U.S. Company One dispersed most of these funds to its contracted commentators, including approximately $8.7 million to the production companies of Commentator One and Commentator Two and Commentator Three alone, the indictment said. Tenant Media and RT did not immediately respond to CBS News' request for comment on the indictment on Wednesday. CBS News also reached out to the Russian embassy in Washington, and they did not receive a response. Attorney General Merrick Garland said the Justice Department will not tolerate attempts by any authoritarian regime to exploit our country's free exchange of ideas in order to covertly further its own propaganda efforts, and our investigation into this matter remains ongoing.
Yeah, I think that's it.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. And so...
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. So Lauren Chen's been on the Blaze, and
she's been
terminated. Mm-hmm. She was an independent contractor for the Blaze as well, and so she's been terminated there.
Yeah, I found an article about that too. Mm-hmm. I think I sent that to you, but
is that the
that's this one, I think.
No, that's
no. I think
there's this one, Forbes.
No, it was about, like, in the headline it said that the Blaze fired her or something like that. Yeah. I think I sent it to your phone. But yeah, I would just type in the Blaze fires if you want to search it really quick. I think it was just interesting because I was wondering about that because I didn't know. Apparently she started in 2017 working on the Daily Wire, and I don't subscribe to them, so I don't know. I haven't really. I mean, I know about some of the people on there, but I didn't know that she was on there. But I did know that she was on the Blaze with her show Pseudo Intellectual, and so I was curious. I was like, so I had kind of heard there was something going on. I didn't know the depths of it. I wasn't sure about, if it was just an allegation. Did it look plausible? Like what's going on? And I know that they've been talking about it on social media a little bit. I know that Temple's made a couple posts about it, but yeah. So I just kind of, that's not it, but it was a different outlet, but it's probably basically the same.
Let's see. Let me go back, see if I can find a better one.
I think it was that one, the Daily Beast. Right there. Yeah. So this is on the Daily Beast. They posted this yesterday, or published it yesterday. Right-wing influencer accused of taking Kremlin cash fired.
Yeah.
So that's a picture over there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess they, and that was my thing, as I was like, okay, well, I mean, I've been watching and listening to Glenn Beck for many years. So I was like, okay, I feel like either something's wrong and she's being like either set up or something. then I think he would probably kind of have her back, maybe.
I think he would defend her.
But or just be like, we don't know what's going on. We're going to look more into this or something. But like literally it's only been 2 days and she's already fired. So I was like, oh, okay. So yeah, that's probably not good.
No, it's not good.
But anyway, I just thought it was kind of crazy. And I had read a little bit too about like that it was her and her husband that started the company back in 2021, 2022, something like that. And so that, I guess that makes it a little crazier. It's not like they were kind of bamboozled or whatever by this like Russian shell company that looked legit. And it was like, ooh,
I think
we're young entrepreneurs, you know, this is a good opportunity. Like maybe we should do this, you know.
It sounded more and more like they
but
knew
they
what
founded
was going on.
Well, yeah, because they founded the media company.
Tenet
and
Media.
It doesn't look like there was any more from what that article was saying. The only money that was coming into their company was from this other
Russians,
company. So that's like,
Russians.
That's weird.
And they made up the fake investor to persuade the other influencers to make videos.
Yeah, they made up the name.
Yeah. So
it's not looking good.
I know where this is going. This is going to go straight for, I've already been seeing the news saying, Russian interference again.
Oh, yeah.
For Trump. But I will tell you,
it's good that this is going to court, though, because he's not going to be involved.
Lauren Chen doesn't like Trump.
Oh, yeah, you were telling me about that.
She's made video after video about how she does not like.
She's not a Trumper.
She's not a Trumper. But she has made videos, I'd say praising. But, I was just, one of the articles you just sent.
I think it's the Forbes one.
The Forbes one?
Yeah, pull that one up. Yeah. Let's see. Who is Lauren Chen? What to know about the influencer behind the... I was going to read that, but...
Oh, that was just a pop-up. Oh.
No, the title. Oh, my goodness.
You want to read the pop-up?
No, I don't want to read the pop-up, especially not that one. Can we get rid of that one? Anyway, who is Lauren Chen? What to know about the influencer behind alleged Russia-funded outlet. Blah, can't read. Okay. The YouTube channel for Tenet Media, right-wing media outlet the Justice Department alleges is funded by Russia, was removed from the video sharing platform Friday. 3 years after the company was founded by Lauren Chen, a contributor for a Russian state-run media network and a conservative video host. Wow. Yeah. Okay. So here's some little key facts it says here. Chen founded Tenet Media with Liam Donovan, who identifies himself as Chen's husband on Instagram. On January 19th, 2022, though Tennessee business records identify Chen under the name Lauren Tam. So she probably has like an alias.
She was born in...
She's like a public figure.
She was born in Canada and raised in Hong Kong.
Interesting. Yeah, I did read that she has like... She's multicultural, like in her... Yeah. Okay. So, let's see... Tenet Media, though not directly named by the DOJ, was accused earlier this week of being funded by the Kremlin in a large effort to get right-wing influencers to push pro-Russia propaganda on social media. YouTube removed at least 4 channels associated with Chen, including her main channel and a pop culture channel, Mediaholic, after careful review by the site and its ongoing investigation to combat influence operations, the company told Forbes. RT, a Russian state media outlet, lists Chen as a political and social commentator who was born in Canada and raised in Hong Kong before she came to the U.S. for university, indicating she has appeared on Fox News, Newsmax, and the Daily Wire, among other media groups. On X, Chen, who is not named or alluded to by the DOJ, has posted praise for Russian President Vladimir Putin and criticism for President Joe Biden, who... Chen said could not finish a cohesive sentence, while Putin could give a 2-hour dissertation on Russia's history and on its place on the world stage.
Well, that is true.
Yeah, it is.
And I'm not being paid by the Russians to say that.
No, and I'm not a Putin fan, but I mean, that is a true valid statement. Chen also identifies herself as a video host for Blaze Media, a conservative media organization that reportedly terminated Chen's contract shortly after the DOJ's indictment. Dang.
Yeah.
Like, nope. Homie don't play that.
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Let's see. 580,788 That's how many followers she has on X.
Mm-hmm.
And then Tenet Media's YouTube channel has about 316 subscribers before it was taken down. So that channel has been taken down. Okay. Yeah, because that was something that people have been saying, how like stuff's just gone. So here says, surprising fact. RT, formerly known as Russia Today, was sanctioned by the Treasury Department for an alleged disinformation campaign by the Kremlin intended to influence an American audience. The agency claims RT started recruiting American influencers early this year to support the campaign and used a fake company to disguise any ties to the Russian government. RT's former U.S.-based broadcasting firm was forced to register as a foreign agent for Russia in 2017 after the DOJ terminated the outlet aided Russia's efforts to meddle in the 2016 election. Wait.
Determined.
I know. That's not what I said?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Determined that the outlet aided Russia's efforts to meddle in the 2016 election. I was just thinking about like all those allegations back then. Several employees of the outlet have been charged by the U.S. with similar election meddling efforts in recent years. So, this has been an ongoing thing. And when does it say when? Here we go. The Justice Department filed charges earlier this week against a Tennessee-based Company One that allegedly operated a Kremlin-led disinformation campaign. While not directly named, the DOJ notes Company One was similarly founded on January 19th, 2022. So very new. While other right-wing commentators identified the outlet as Tenet, 6 media influencers linked to Tenet Media subsequently took to social media suggesting they were victims in the alleged Russian scheme, while others, like Tim Pool, argued they had full editorial control. The DOJ's indictment indicated commentator 2, who was identified as most likely being Pool, was unaware of the Kremlin's backing of Tenet Media.
Yeah.
Didn't it say something about, is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. I was thinking that we had read something about how much they were getting paid and what they agreed.
That was on the last article you read it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, because I'm just curious who they are, like the commentator.
Well, the only ones we know, that have actually spoken out on social media is Tim Pool, Benny Johnson, and can't remember the third one. Rubin.
Yeah.
Dave Rubin.
The Rubin Report. Dave Rubin. I knew I got his first name wrong a while ago. The Rubin Report. I just know that's his name of his. Is he on The Blaze as well?
I think so. I believe so.
This is an interesting story.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting to follow. I'm sure there's going to be more to come. And I'm sure there'll be some investigations, some hearings about it. I have not seen Lauren Chen make a statement. Everyone else has made a statement that was involved.
She may not can.
Well,
her lawyers are probably like.
Well, and that's true because I think the only outlet she may still be on is X. So I haven't looked. I don't even think I follow her on X. So I don't know. I'll look on X and see. But I don't think I've seen anything. Any comments by her?
Right there.
There she is, right there.
Okay, so that's pinned.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't see where she's made a.
That was from September the 3rd, so that was the day before.
Yeah, it doesn't look like she's made any post. Doesn't look like she's made any post.
See if there's any replies. Nope.
No.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, she may be laying low. She may be instructed by her lawyers, maybe, or something not to.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure.
To maybe make a statement and then release it.
Yeah, she's probably
like a press release or something. Kind of, maybe not.
Yeah, they're probably telling them to keep quiet until I don't know.
But just thought it was an interesting story. It's just kind of wild because it just kind of makes you wonder, like, I guess for me, I'm thinking more about the other people involved and like how, how that's going to play out.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how much they were, if they were controlled or if they were given.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Or how much they knew.
How much they knew. Or where they actually said, hey, I want you to do a video on this. And were they given information on that? I've watched.
That would be bad, but at the same time, like just knowing that they're being paid by Russians, like that's, and I mean, maybe they didn't know that was the reason why they're being paid by them.
I don't think they knew they were getting paid by Russians because of the fake
name.
The fake name. I read that as when the fake name, Lauren and her husband come up with a fake.
That definitely makes them look complicit for sure.
I think they come up with a fictitious person
doesn't look good
because they knew they were getting paid by the two Russians because they even talked about the Russians. So I think
I love how that's the thing now.
Yeah,
the Russians.
I think they knew, and they knew that. Tim,
I wonder if it was like a KGB operation.
I don't know.
If that's still around.
I would assume that if it was Tim or any of them, they would ask questions, and that's probably why they come up with the person. If they knew that they were being paid by such and such people, they would probably been a little bit more leery.
So do you think that they didn't know that it was?
I'm going with
so they made up so they made up the name that would be associated with the shell company that was
Lauren and
created.
her husband.
Not them, not Tenant, but that Tenant was being but the Tenant was being paid by this shell company that was really being used to funnel money from the Russians.
I'm saying Lauren and her husband knew about it because they're the owners
I know
of
they
Tenant.
did, but I'm saying like who was the fake guy? Like he must have been he was the investor.
Yeah, he was
from
investor.
The other company.
He was the investor that they told the potential contractor, social media contractors like Tim and Benny Johnson.
Yes.
They told them, say, hey, we've got an investor that's, investing in the company and we want you to.
And so their claim is that they thought he was real and they didn't know that it was ties to Russia and they just kind of got, pulled into it.
Well, I mean, I'm sure. I can get kind of, because they're going to want to subpoena all of
their records, and that was from 2021,
yeah,
or 2022. 2022.
The Department of Justice will want all the records from Tim Pool, Benny Johnson, and Dave Rubin, all their contacts, all their interactions and stuff.
You know what else is interesting is she didn't join until 2016. Mm-hmm. That's interesting to me.
Yeah.
I don't know why, it just is.
Yeah, I don't know.
I was reading, too, that she worked for Paul Ryan or was on his staff or something.
Yeah.
So she's been involved in politics since before she became an influencer. So she has a background with certain things. So I don't know. I don't really know much about her, but that's interesting.
She's also involved in Turning Point with Charlie Kirk. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, this is going to be one to follow. I mean, I knew of her. I didn't really follow her. I didn't watch any of her videos.
I watched a documentary she did about Maui. She did this documentary about Maui. It was good. It was on the Blaze.
Yeah.
And I've seen her show, and I think I've watched, like bits and pieces. Yeah. But anyway, we just wanted to share that, and we thought that
we'll be following this one. And if we have anything that's interesting, especially if it's involving some of the other commentators or the people that
we'll find out who commentator 1 and commentator 2 are.
Yeah, that's right. But anyway, we just want to share this one with you. This is kind of drag on a little bit, and we want to cut this one off before it gets too long. But we just want to say thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting. And until the next time, we'll talk to y'all later.
Thank you.